In France, more than 200 centrist and left-wing candidates have pulled out of the country's parliamentary runoff election. The tactic is aimed at giving voters just two choices in their contests. French President Emmanuel Macron hopes the pullout will block the far right from winning power after his centrists came third in the first round behind a coalition of left-wing parties and the far-right National Rally. Let's get more on this now from Cole Stangler. He's a freelance journalist based in Marseille in the south of France. Cole, many third-place candidates have pulled out of the election in order to strengthen the prospects of second-place candidates beating the far right. Is that strategy likely to work?
Well, it certainly makes the chances of an absolute majority for the National Rally much less likely. There's really no doubt about that. That the magic number is 289. Because of all these withdrawals, it's more likely they won't hit that number, but they could also potentially come close to an absolute majority. What would happen then? So I think, it makes it less likely, but nothing is for certain. We'll have to see what happens on Sunday. Their base is very mobilized also.
How common is it for parties in France from across the political spectrum to team up like this?
Well, we have a tradition of parties creating alliances all the time on the municipal level, even on the legislative level, on the national legislative level in National Assembly. You look at the Gauche plurielle, the plural left from 1997 to 2002, a left-wing alliance. Even on the right, Nicolas Sarkozy's majority also was made up of an alliance. Macron's majority is actually an alliance of multiple parties. And you also have this tradition of candidates withdrawing from second-round races in parliamentary races in order to boost the chances of another candidate. None of that is really new, but what is new is we haven't seen this type of withdrawals happening on this kind of scale, and it's because the RM has never had a chance of winning a majority like it does right now. So again, the answer is really just we haven't seen it on this scale. That's what's new, and that's what we're seeing today.
Now, Marseille, the city where you live, Cole, is famous for its large immigrant communities. What are people there saying about next Sunday's runoff?
Well, it really depends on where you are in the city. So I live in central Marseille, and when you walk around here, you see all kinds of anti-RN graffiti. You see posters that are encouraging people to vote for the left, against the RN. If you go to the northern parts of the city that are more impoverished, you also have a lot of support for the left. But, Marseille is a city where you also have a lot of support for the RN. It's not just kind of a big, happy melting pot. You have people that live in the wealthier neighborhoods that are voting more for the RN based on kind of conservative values. And you have a kind of backlash, too, to the question of crime and insecurity. A lot of those people are also voting for the RN. So it's actually quite more of a mix than you might think.
Cole, thank you very much for that. That was freelance journalist Cole Stangler in Marseille.
Thank you.